Sundots are the world's first gummy for sun protection. We're based on academic research into the active ingredient polypodium leucotomos, which is a fern extract. So it's a daily gummy for sun protection, like a vitamin, but tasty. So I spent about 1.5 years looking for a co-founding role in the Boston area, specifically focused on the intersection of health challenges and consumer products. I'm a designer by training. I had spent a bunch of time working in healthcare innovation and was frustrated to feel like there's a lot of great technologies out there that are created, especially in academic labs. Amazing opportunity, great results, somebody publishes a paper, and then it gets put on a shelf, basically. So my observation was if there was better commercial execution, company formation, product development, a lot of the amazing insights that happen in these academic labs could actually make a difference in people's lives. I was working with Dr. Jeff Karp at the Brigham, and through him met my Sundots co-founder, Dr. Emilia Javorsky. What Emilia and I were working on with Jeff is unrelated to Sundots particularly, but that's how I met her, identified we had a shared passion for consumer products, shared passion for science commercialization, and basically identified a shared desire to start a company. Emilia's background is as a dermatology researcher. She's an MD and PH by training, worked primarily at Mass General doing clinical dermatology research for about 7 or 8 years. And while she was there, she came across the body of evidence around polypodium. This is our active ingredient. And it kind of stuck with her as a thing. Like, there's this amazing evidence, profound quality of data that it makes a difference in people's lives. And why does it, again, just sit on a shelf? Like, why aren't there more products that are really taking advantage of the insight we have into this ingredient? There are a lot of great research cities in the world. We've lived in a few of them ourselves, but ultimately we've both decided to build our career here because it is a rare place where there is absolutely world-class academic research and world-class entrepreneurism that's wrapped in a culture that is far more collaborative and help each other out candidly than some other places we've spent time in. And even that said, just the density of quality science that's being done here, it probably by itself is unparalleled in the world. So if what you care about is products that are really based on strong science, this is the place to be if you want to be in sort of like the beating heart of scientific innovation in the world today. Some of the resources in the area that have been important to our success, one is BU's new innovations space, the Build Lab. So my co-founder Emilia and I are both BU alums. It's a super cool space on ComAv that just opened this past fall. Awesome opportunity for students and alums both to have access to space, more importantly, mentors, events where they can connect to people with similar interests. And we've been based there for a period of time. Start Hub has been super valuable. We are a young company, and so nobody knows about us. Despite this super successful crowdfunding campaign, anybody you meet on the street in Boston, not very likely to have heard of Sundots. When we first launched our crowdfunding campaign, we were the featured startup of the week. And then because of the engagement that happened through that email, we also became the startup of the month, which included a tweet from Mayor Walsh, which was super awesome. We also have the opportunity to participate in events like this, interviews like these. You know, being a small company where our success is very much contingent upon just people being aware of what we're doing. And so Startup Hub being a partner for helping folks understand that Sundots exists, that it's a real company, that it's something that maybe even you should care about, has been really valuable. The advice I have for folks participating in the Venture Cafe is basically to be a real person. At any kind of networking event like this, the instinct is to be only looking for people that can satisfy the particular need you have or connect with your personal business model. And that's reasonable, that's a good goal. Our professional lives matter. But the opportunistic kind of random collisions that happen here happen primarily because you're willing to talk to somebody who may not be exactly the kind of person you're looking for. So insofar as you feel capable of being a normal person that has broader interests than your specific thing, I think that really pays off dividends. And that's the way that as a participant, you kind of give back to the experience. You're not just there to get something, but to actually give of yourself. And you never know what piece of your experience can be really valuable to other people.